Well, really good news today from St. Paul, who reminds us that when it comes to the kingdom of God, you and I are not strangers, or he uses the word sojourners, nomads, refugees. No, in fact, he says we are citizens. We have our naturalization, we've got our papers. We are citizens together with the holy ones in God's kingdom. So that's the churchy word that we use for all that, is the communion of saints. And it's interesting, as we're coming up on All Saints' Day, that when we say communion of saints, we don't just mean the ones up there that have the halos and all the art and have ST at the beginning of their name. We mean actually what Paul is referring to. All of us, citizens, together with those that we've officially canonized. We are part of this communion. And that's everybody. And Jesus demonstrated that in his way by calling this ragtag bunch. Because he says after prayer, the gospel here says after prayer, Jesus called all his disciples, everybody that was following him. And he's looking out on this mixed crowd. He says, all right, you, 12. He picks 12 of people that had already been following him, but 12 to be the ones sent forth. And of that 12, we've got a couple of fishermen, two guys named Sons of Thunder, one guy who's a tax collector that we know was most likely cheating people. And these two that we celebrate today, Simon and Jude, in the gospel, there's two Judases. One is the more famous one, or infamous one. And actually, historically, by tradition, we've just called the other one Jude so as not to confuse him, but in the gospel they have the same name. They're both called Judas. So this St. Jude, who we typically think of as the patron saint of lost causes, he was together with Simon, not Simon Peter. They were both part of this extreme nationalist party. Think of a real political extremist today, or maybe back in the days of like Abby Hoffman. I just saw that Netflix special about Abby Hoffman and the other guys. So these were radicals, these two, political radicals. So imagine, what do they have in common with a fisherman or a tax collector? Jesus just picked everybody. And they became apostles not because of their resume, not because of their personalities or how zealous they were for a Jewish national party. They were apostles, and they went to their deaths. They were martyrs because God chose them and called them. And the name apostle, you know, means sent forth, sent out, not to be cloistered or hermited, but to be apostles. So that's the example that we have today, and I hope that we can find ourselves in this communion of saints we talk about. Even if you haven't ever been a tax collector or zealous politically, the idea is that we're no longer on the outside. We're not refugees looking to get in. We are citizens together with these people that we celebrate today, those who are the foundation of the church. So what does that mean? That you and I are the foundation of the church. The Eucharistic prayer that we'll pray today reminds us of these columns that surround us, that the church is built on the foundation of the apostles and will continue on the foundation of these apostles seated in this room and watching online. We are citizens together with these holy ones, and we have the responsibility that they had to witness to the faith and hold up the church.